morning, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon. Actually, it's already nighttime on my side. Good evening, and this is Kevin. Today, I'm not talking about responsible tourism, as some of you might be expecting, but there is a topic which is kind of something which I've been wanting to share, and so I gave it some thought that I will share it on this platform this week. And I just finished a conversation with a friend on the phone talking about sustainability. And today's topic, we are talking about something which I happen to see as far as Singapore, the country which I'm based in, is concerned, has been a trend in the last 3 to 4 years. And there was a project which I took up in 2017, which kind of, what is the right word that I can use? Testify or typifies this oncoming trend. There seems to be a trend now in the marketplace where the small and the medium enterprises, in this country we call them SMEs. I'm quite sure in quite a few of the countries you also call it by this term. It seems to be a trend for quite a lot of the SMEs, particularly those who are supplying goods to companies that the customers, which means the companies that the SMEs are supplying things to, are increasingly looking for evidences or proof from the SMEs, proof of environmental sustainability, proof of social impacts that your business is potentially engaging in. Which means, to put in very simple terms, what I'm talking about is there seems to be a trend where if you are a company supplying things to some other companies, that you may be required to furnish proof that you are practicing corporate social responsibility. That in your business you are either benefiting local communities or you are showing environmental sustainability. And in a project that I took up, I was referred to by someone to a company, to an SME who is a corporate gift maker. And most of their clients are the big firms. They have a few banks. They have a few banks as their clients. They have a few other big firms as their clients. So all these clients or customers were, according to the boss of this corporate gift maker, quite a lot of these big companies who were their clients, and that was back in 2017. Over the last 1-2 years, which means 2015 and 2016, they were asking this SME, the corporate gift maker, to furnish proof. So there has been pressure on the big firms to procure or to purchase things from their suppliers, to purchase things from suppliers who show proof of sustainability. So this pressure from the big companies coming down on the supply chain seems to be a trend. And in Singapore, and I think I can say pretty much almost the whole of Asia, if not then Southeast Asia, that this is a trend that is going to be, this is a trend that is emerging, and we will be seeing more and more of in the next few years. That a lot of the SMEs, particularly those who are making things and or producing things to sell to the bigger firms, that there will be more pressure on these companies supplying things to furnish proof of corporate social responsibility. The marketplace wants to see companies making things to show proof that they are doing or manufacturing these products in a socially conscious manner, in a way that is environmentally responsible. And this is all good for not just companies who are making things, but this is all good for the whole ecosystem. So this is not just something positive for the supply chain, but this is something that that goes from the supply chain to the companies procuring the products, and and to the end consumer. So this is one of the two things which I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry I didn't mention that I'll be talking about two things as I started just now. The second thing I wanted to talk about is responsible lending, and this has got to do with banks, places where you draw money, places where you go and queue up and either you put in or you take out cash. BANKS banks. Responsible lending, financial institutions like banks have been getting on to this area, and responsible lending is what happens when companies or when financial institutions like banks lend money to companies, and as part of the lending conditions, the banks expect that the recipient, which are the companies that the money disbursed to, shows proof of sustainability or corporate social responsibility. And this has also been happening in Singapore, where I'm based in. We have companies big and small. They borrow from the banks, and as part of the lending conditions, the companies who receive the loans have to find ways to show proof. And oftentimes, the evidences that you have to show is structured in a way where there are guidelines for you to follow, which means what I'm trying to say is that the financial institutions have a list of the things that they want to see. So you could be an agri firm, you could be a company in real estate, you could be a company in the education sector, whichever industry or sector you are in, as long as you borrow from the bank. There's a trend these days that quite a lot of the loans come with sustainability conditions. So if you are a company in the agri sector, the evidences you have to show in the area of sustainability will be quite different from another company in the education sector. And this initiative from financial institutions is a very good way they get into the sustainability space, because one of the main activities of banks is to lend money. And so by lending you and attaching the loans with sustainability conditions, it's a very direct way of the bank in fulfilling their corporate social responsibility initiatives. And so this is called responsible lending. 10 over years ago in Europe, it has been happening, and the wind has blown to Asia, and we have seen this, and we will continue to see this more and more. Once again, this is Kevin, always an advocate of sustainability, and I work with the SMEs to guide them to identify and to implement corporate social responsibility initiatives. If you know of SMEs who may be requiring services like that, or maybe you yourself are an SME wanting to go and explore corporate social responsibility, give me a call, drop me a note, send me an email. Till the next time, bye-bye.